Nivex is here, so let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. How's it going? How are things? This is as advertised. I'm not trying to. We're doing the thing, DCS Deep. We're doing the thing right now. Yeah. So as you may have noticed in the title, there will be no Christmas. There will be no holiday. We're just gonna hang. So if you would like to take a break from all of that stuff, you have a place to do that here. I like to provide that sort of a space for myself as well as everybody else. So I hope all of you are having a nice weekend. I had an interesting lesson with my teacher this week, and I will share a bit about that in a little bit. But let's just get some warm-ups in here, shall we? Let's do some of that. What are we doing here? We are doing... Oh, there's the music if you want to follow along. Let's see. We're doing 4th position for this one. For my trill exercises. All right. We're going to do these at 82 BPM. Cathedora! Hey, thanks for the resub. Resub, is that 38? 36 months, 3 years. My goodness, 3 years. Thank you. Thank you for all of your help and for just generally being awesome. Mythic Scotty, good to see you. What were we doing? What's up, Argyle? Good to see you. Ooh, what are you having for lunch, Argyle? Anything good? Ooh, tacos. I feel like you can't really go wrong with tacos for lunch. What's up, Mario? Good to see you. All right, so now we did in 2. We're going to do in 3. tacos are nice for summer in Australia, Australia, where people sometimes have ice cream pudding. That that sounds good. I don't know what that actually is, but I like ice cream, and I like ice cream. You had me at ice cream. See, so ice cream pudding, it's pudding made of ice cream. It's hot in summer during Christmas time in Oz. Yep. I mean, I would try it. I would definitely try that. That sounds good. I've got some friends I have some friends in Australia, like people that I met in person. In Australia, and we have this, like, they're garbage fans, and so we have this group text message going between. It's pretty fun because it's like it's just this, like, it's a small group of people, but we've got Scotland and the UK, we've got Scotland and England and some Aussies in there and a bunch of Americans in there and somebody's from Germany, and it's a fun time. But their garbage is playing the Good Times festival, which is like a traveling festival. It goes from city to city, and then they've got some side gigs. So I've got some friends that are texting me from Australia in this group text about about the festivals and stuff. I think they just played Melbourne, I want to say, but that's fun. But yes, they mentioned that it was fairly hot for whichever one just happened that they went to. All right, let's see. We'll do number 2. We're gonna do number 20. All right, so number 20 is this one. Wait a minute. This is in, let's see, that's C sharp, so it should be. Okay, that's it. So what I'm going to do this at 80, and then I'm going to do it again at 92, I think. We'll see how it goes at 80. Supposed to do this one? This is the one I do, yeah. All the strings. Okay. Hey, you know what? Slow mode is on. And I do not know why. SiriBot, did you not turn that off? Let's pause this. It's not intentional that slow mode is on the chat right now. SiriBot. Where do we? And of course, I'm using the dashboard, the streamer dashboard, instead of mod view, and I should know better because mod view is so much better. So much better. That's where the buttons are. Slow mode. It says slow mode off. Hey, chat, spam chat, please. Let's test it. Might be just me. I'm refreshing. But that would be really annoying. If you could only chat every 20 seconds, that would be super annoying. Okay, and Cathedora is a mod, so they yeah. Mythic Scotty, very nice emotes. Thank you. That was yeah, you're a mod, so you can do more things. All right. I think we're good. Thank you. Thank you for playing, everyone. Thank you for helping me test that. So it was just a refresh issue on my screen. Because I was seeing, it looked like slow mode was on in the chat. You were setting a good example, so that was helping, Cathedora, so thank you. You were helping. So anyway, yeah, I think so. I have SiriBot set up in for mod things, and SiriBot's really cool. But it sets a bunch of like spam protection when I'm offline. So and then when I go online, it turns off the spam protection. But then there was still a little display that was telling me that slow mode was on, and I was like, I don't know about that. I'll know about that. So anyway, thank you for helping me test, and we will carry on. And is that USA? Welcome in. Let's get back to work, shall we? Mario says, when spamming is legit, I like spam. I had some friends that went to, when they were in town for the garbage tour, they stopped at the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota, and they have some really ridiculous pictures from the Spam Museum, as you might imagine. There's a gift shop at the end of the Spam Museum, like there is at most museums, and they took home some souvenirs. They took home some spam and some souvenirs. Anyway, carry on. Let's get back to work here. Mythic Scotty says, I like spam when it's served up with some fried eggs. All right. Good to see you. What's up? Okay, let's do this at 92 now. Enough of that. Okay, did I write this down? Yes, I did. All right. Oh, so also while I'm changing my music here, I set up a monitor. So I have like a little travel monitor that I take with me like when I go visit my family. And actually it's my permanent work monitor right now, because I need to buy another desk, and I can't buy another desk right now, and whatever. It's a whole thing. So I'm like I work at this like folding table at the kitchen, and I'm using the portable monitor there. Anyway, I used to have the portable monitor. I would stand it up and I would put it on my music stand, and I was like, I'm not using this other monitor. And I put some behind me. Behind the camera, there's some IKEA bookshelves that I put up. So I was like, well, I'm not using this monitor, so I'm not using the monitor arm, so I'm just gonna connect them. So I have like an actual legit real monitor, like right next to it's like right there, right next to the camera. So that's been very handy. Uber Cruiser, what's up? Your progress is really exciting to see. I appreciate that. I just like, then thank you. So we were talking, so I guess I can get into it a little bit now. So my teacher actually told me on Wednesday at my lesson that we're not going to do a recital. Usually we do them at the, towards the end of the semester, roughly. And we're not going to do one for the fall semester. So I've been really working on the Faure Elegy piece, and it's a really hard piece, but I worked on it for a while. And then we took a couple months break from it, and we came back to it, and I was going to play it at the fall semester recital. And now the next recital isn't until the end of the spring semester. So I was like, oh, if I keep playing this piece, I'm going to burn out on it. And my teacher agreed. So I was like, so he gave me this whole list of pieces. And we basically, we didn't do a lot of playing at my lesson this week. We did a lot of like discussing and strategizing about like, he played a few options for me, and we kind of talked about them. So we were talking about them in Discord, in the Talking Strings channel, and Uber Cruiser and Lau both had some really good, we had a really good conversation about that. So thank you, Uber Cruiser, for that discussion. It gave me a lot of things to think about. So we're gonna look at some of those pieces later on in the stream. So let's see here. We're on this one. Wait, where did you go? Where did my Mujo go? Okay, so now we're getting into some shifting exercises. And for those of you just joining us, if you would like to check out the sheet music, I just posted a link in the chat to a public domain version. It's the same version I'm looking at, actually. Let's see, we're doing number 11. Let's see, Uber Crew says, oh, sick, hope you like the Brahms. I like the Brahms the best. Yeah, I have to look. It's a little long. It makes me a little nervous because, like, call it 6 months to prepare. It seems like a fairly long piece to get ready, to get like performance ready in 6 months is like my hesitation with that one. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe the English folk songs, actually. They definitely caught my ear. A lot of it repeats itself. Okay, that's good. So we'll hack away at some things in a bit. I obtained all the music. I don't have the Brahms downloaded yet, but I looked at the link that you sent. Okay, so what are we doing now? We're doing 3, and we're doing number 11. So this is from first to second position. So this one is, and these are supposed to like not sound like music. That's the exercise. let's do this in 2 bow strokes. What am I doing? Hitting a lot of wrong notes here. There we go. See, Argo says, "What's your music teacher like?" He's like he's my parents' age, and he's very direct. He lived in New York City for quite a while. He's Midwestern, but he spent a lot of time living in New York City. So he's pretty direct, and I really like him. He's a good match for me, I would say. So yeah. Argo says, music teachers, I don't think prepare students for careers in music. Well, it depends on what kind of teacher you have and what kind of, I would say, like, there's different kinds of music instruction. What's up, iBlinks? Nice to see you. Hope you're having a nice weekend. My teacher, he teaches everybody from real young kids all the way up through all ages. So like my recitals are, you might have like a 5-year-old playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You might have, there's somebody, that's, my parents' generation is one of the students, and he'll play sometimes. And it's a really fun mix of people. And then we had a couple of students here. Let me stop this. He had a student graduate, and go to a nice fancy pants school, but not for music. It just kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Like, most people's musical goals isn't to go to music school. So if you're looking to go to music school, you should choose a teacher that's going to prepare you for that. Would be what I would say. Uber Cruiser says, if teachers aren't preparing people for a career in music they don't want, I'm not sure I see a problem. Yeah, so like Uber Cruiser, it's not everybody's trying to go to music school. What's up, JC Practices? Over on the YouTubes. Nice to see you. Everybody go follow JC Practices on YouTube. He's got a Twitch account too, but he's mostly on YouTube. He's a classical guitarist and really just like a deep hobbyist is what he calls himself. So he's really, and there's a really, really nice community of practice, people that are interested in the pedagogical stuff and just like getting good at their instrument in various stages of life. He says, for real, 99.9% of musicians are hobbyists. Yep. Yep. So, but yeah, like, you know, it's like anything else. Like, you want to find a teacher that's going to align to your where you want to go musically. And like, my teacher, he's very much rooted in classical training, but he's also very open-minded, and like he really likes. We'll look at this in a bit, but he really likes, for example, these Helen Mountfort pieces. She's a modern cellist and composer, actually out in I can't remember if it's Australia or New Zealand, but like out in your neck of the woods, Argyle. So look up Helen Mountfort. I think there's a Mountfort if you type Mountfort in the chat. There's a thing. I don't have it on a button. But yeah. So like with anything, you're gonna want to find a teacher that like if you're trying to go to music school, find a teacher that's going to prepare you in that way. If you're trying to learn, like if you're a violinist and you want to learn fiddle, find a fiddle teacher. You know, and go that way, because you know different teachers have different expertise, and different, like, especially like there's a lot of music out there. So if you have a particular style in mind that you want to play, find a teacher that can accommodate that and knows a little something about that and can prepare you for that, you know, style of music. And Uber Cruiser, of course, has strong opinions about careers in music, because Uber Cruiser has, let's just say Uber Cruiser has deep experience. So we'll just go there. And like I think JC Practices it does too. He's got opinions as well, and he studies how to practice and how to perform and all of those things. So anyway, let's see here. We're on to number 4. 57. Wait a minute. Oh, 3. That's the tempo, not the number. Number 4. We went all the way around. And we're on number 4 now. This is number 4. We're on number 4 of number 4. How about that? So that one is. And then we're going up to. Are we for real? Is that an A? No, that's an F. Are we in? We're in bass clef, so yeah, that's an F. An F and an E. Those are the notes we're playing. See, Uber Cruiser says, I feel pretty strongly that if you want a career in music, but you can imagine yourself doing anything else, do that other thing. I mean, it's hard. It's very hard. And, you know, especially I think in classical music too. Like I've seen, like there's somebody I follow on Blue Sky that he's a violist and he played with the Minnesota Orchestra for years and years and years. And that's a really good orchestra, like not just in terms of like the quality of music that they perform, but also like it seems like it's a really good group of people. But he's working. He moved out to like New Hampshire or something, and is he got burned out, and he's working at a nonprofit, music education nonprofit in New Hampshire now, and he seems really happy. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I follow another person who's a cellist, and she lives in Washington D.C. and was working at some, I think, for orchestras in like nonprofits and orchestras, and has some really interesting things to say there too. Like my orchestra teacher, she wasn't joking actually, but she was maybe kind of joking, but not really. Like you could get fired for playing a wrong note, you know, in a performance. You know, like it's not easy. So, anyway, see, Mario says if study for an audience, they're the one that plays the instrument. That is the career. Oh, hey, what's up, JC Practices? In both places. See, Argyle says, I like music jamming and I want to study to be a guitar teacher. See, that's cool. I like that. Let's see. And JC Practices says, how often are Tripwire streams happening? So they're happening. We're going back to weekly now. I moved, and like now that I'm set up enough, we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna try and get back to the weekly thing. You know, obviously there's gonna be some holiday travel and stuff in there that's gonna take me away. But I'm gonna try and get back to weekly. Let's see, Mario says that was a silly way of saying you could do it for fun too. I gotcha. Okay, so this one is. See, Argyle's looking for casual work too. Cool. Okay, so what this is, so these are actually, so they're shifting exercises, but my teacher calls them finger twisters. So this one, the pattern is open, 4 2 open, and then when you shift, it's 4 3 1 4. So we're going from 2 to 3. So it's a little, that's where the finger twister is. See, Argyle says, engineering, I think, isn't the right career choice for me. It's not for everybody. And like with engineering, you can still do like your robot hobby type stuff as in and things if you decide that engineering isn't the right career, but is still something that you're very interested in and passionate about. All right. Let's not do it with the metronome, actually. Let's get this down first. I think my fourth finger was a little off. I think it might have been a little flat. Okay, let's try and put it together in one bow stroke. Let's do it with the metronome. Okay. Number 5, we're going from second to third position. Okay, we're on number 47. There are 63. Oh, just kidding. Joe, look. Hey, look. It's Joe. I think it's Joe's right here. Thank you for the resub, Joe. 49 months. My goodness. My goodness. So funny story. I thought about, Joe came to Minnesota for VGMCon last year, and I had this shirt before VGMCon, and I was like, I should totally pick her up at the airport with my Joe shirt on, because I thought that would be really funny, and then I didn't. And then I was like, oh, I should wear this at VGMCon. And then I was like, is that going to be weird? So I didn't do that then either. But I have it on now. Dave Kind, good to see you. 3-stream streak, my goodness. So Joe says, I was equally happy with whatever shirt was worn. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Here, and actually, while I'm taking a break, I'm going to make the font bigger up on the YouTube. I made the font smaller, and then I need to make the font bigger. Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Okay. Let me put this in the chat again. Again, if anybody wants to follow along with what I'm doing, there's the music. We're on 47 in big number 5. So that's this one. We're going, 3rd to 4th position. So this, and then are you in tenor clef? Or, oh, yep, you're in tenor clef. You sure are. So let's... So we've got... We're going up to a G sharp. Is that a G sharp? It's a little extra G extra sharp. Wait, no. There's the G sharp. Okay, so we go. Hang on. Okay, so we got 4. We've got G sharp, and then we've got F sharp. So that's a whole step. And then back down to E. So. So we're extended position the whole time. Who else was so Mario says this is unusual. It's the second time I meet Joe in a chat, and even more rarely, both streamers are wearing a Joe Plays Violin. Who else? Were you in Cathadora's stream by chance with Cathadora wearing a Joe Plays Violin t-shirt? That's too high. I can tell, so that a half a step higher. Oh, Clay Station, yep. So when you play, like, so that A is a harmonic, and so I can tell that I'm too high when I start to hear those harmonic tones on that G sharp, because the G sharp is, close to A, but not A. Mythic Scotty says, I happen to be wearing my Joe t-shirt tonight, too. Well, it's a party. Let me get credit for this. Let me get a G sharp going on a drone. try and do it all in one bow. Okay. Oops. Make this stop. Ah! I gotta be careful, like, so that was extension to extension, and I gotta be careful not to hurt myself when I do exercises that are extensions too long. That is how I injured myself when I first started playing, like 6 months into playing. I was doing an etude that had some extensions in first position, and I started doing something weird, and I did it enough times that it messed up my wrist for a really long time. Do not recommend. Okay, so number 6, I'm gonna do 41. Okay, this is also in tenor clef. So we have an F. Wait a minute. Okay. We got flats in here. We got flats up in here, friends. We got F and then E flat and then F and then G flat, which is F sharp. Okay, and that should be slurred. Start my clock. Joe, $50 to support the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Thank you very much. For those of you that aren't familiar, if you type, you got EFF in the chat there. Go to their website, and there are all kinds of resources for the work that they do. They do really, really great work. I've been following them for years and years and years regarding digital privacy and protecting yourself online. And they do a lot with legislation, specifically in the U.S. because they're a U.S.-based nonprofit. But they have like a really good guide. Like, for example, I used they had a really nice guide for getting people set up with Signal for text messaging, which is encrypted text messaging with a bunch of my friends from college. And we actually used Signal for a video chat last week. And these are my friends from college are largely not super technical. So yeah. So we had an encrypted video call. It was pretty cool. So Joe, thank you very much for supporting the EFF. They do really important work, and it is much appreciated. All right. We got one more of these finger twisters, and then we will move on. We got number 9 here. Big number 7, exercise number 9. This is on the G string. Let's see here. big shift. Oh, that's a big shift. We're going all the way up to a B. We're going all the way up to this on the G string. That guy right there. This is a thing, so the cello body is in the way here, so I have to prepare for that big shift so that I'm not trying to do all the things and climb up over the body of the cello all at once. Overshot that one. Undershot. Overshot. So I overcorrected. So what I'm also trying to do is I have a tendency to, like, my thumb has a tendency to be like off out in space, and that's not ideal. That is not ideal. So I'm trying to keep my thumb closer to the fingerboard so it's not just like totally out in space. Oh, we got roll call. Who here is from Australia? I know you are, Argyle, but are there any, does Argyle have any friends from their part of the world? Okay, that's enough of that one. That one can get kind of hard on my arm as well. Like the big shifts, because also it's in a position. What position is that? Fifth position? No. Sixth position. So fifth position is the biggest stretch on the cello. Sixth position is a slightly smaller stretch on the cello, but it's still a pretty big stretch because you're going from 4 fingers to 3. So that's a whole thing. Excuse me. Okay. One more of these Feuillard exercises. This one is, we're going to do this. Let's do this in D major because that's what I did yesterday. I'm going to get a drone. Not that drone. Oh no, I might have a mod emergency. Hang on 1 second. Let me, not a Twitch mod emergency. I might have a mod emergency somewhere else. 1 second, let's play drop. Bye, Martini Monsters. Yes, thank you. Anyway, yes. So I was just saying nice things about Martini Monsters. That everybody, you should go follow her because she's awesome, and she plays cello, and kind of started right around the same time that I did. So I feel like we're on this whole sort of cello journey together, together from far away. But a lot of her streams are lifting and life advice. So she's hangs out, does fitness things, and we have nice chats in her chat, and she plays some good music, and we hang out. And very, very occasionally, you can catch her playing cello. But yeah, it's a good time. So here, did we do the thing? Did we do the thing? Let's do the thing. Oh, Cathedora beat me to it. Thank you very much. Okay, so we were... Oh, let me fix this. We were just doing some D major. Let's do this. Edit time. We'll go like that. Okay. Of course, this is just like how mod life goes. Is you get up to for a bio break, or you get up to get a snack, and then something happens where your fingers were actually maybe needed at the keyboard, and that's always when something happens. It's like it's the mod equivalent of like when you go to a restaurant and you get up to go to the bathroom and then your food comes. Pretty much every time. So I've got, so this is D major, so I've got a D going to help pitch. Wait a minute. Did I do that right? Let's do a different finger pattern, same scale. Let's do this other finger pattern. for that one. I'll write down. So I'm using Mujo here. So actually, so JC Practices, who popped in, is one of the creators of. He's the developer that built Mujo, which is what I used to track my practice. Okay, let's be done with the Feuillard. Oh, he's still here. John's still here. Excellent. Night, Mario. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. What did I say we were going to do next? I said we're going to do an etude. So we need paper. We need things on paper. See, JC Practices says thinking a lot about restarting work on it. I got a super nice email earlier today. I mean, I'm all down for that. Like, obviously, like what we've got, it's working, but I am interested. Drone tool sounds like it'd be really useful. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got a drone on in Fourscore. That's the drone that I use. But I think it would be useful. I think I could. It's not like my top feature request. You know what my top feature request is. I still think categories might be, or just categories, or when you cross the midnight, dealing with the crossing the midnight barrier for those of us for us night owls. Now that I can practice late, that's a thing that I do sometimes now. See you, Uber Cruiser. We'll see you when you get back. Okay. All right. We'll see if this here. Let's do this. I have tools. All right. If the book opens too far, then it gets in the camera, and we don't want that. See, JC Practices says, I have a hacky hashtag system working on mine. Very Obsidian inspired. Yeah, I mean, I use Bear for my, my personal notes. And it has a similar sort of hacky hashtag system, folder system. Same kind of idea, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this etude it's for bowing mostly. I have to practice it. The way that I practice it is I practice it with open strings, and then I practice with double stops, and then I put them together. So the thing that I'm working on, and I've been working on for a long time, is I need to be more dangly with my body position. Specifically with my bow hand, right? The way my teacher puts it, it's like a dog begging, that sort of, or a dog up on their hind legs. That's what I want to be doing. See, JC Practices, thanks for all your continued support. Really means a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for developing Mujo. It helps me. It helps me keep. This is the only. So I started this has been the only system that I've been able to stick to consistently, and it's been 2 years now, something like that, where I've been able to stick with writing down my practicing. So I appreciate it. So take care. I'll see you on Discord and on YouTube. Go follow JC Practices on Twitch, but also go follow JC Practices on YouTube. He streams a lot of his classical guitar practice. And it is a very nice place to hang out. So anyway, yes, dog up on hind legs. And I tend to stick my elbow out, and my shoulder is, too tense and whatever. So this etude is one of the ones. There's a few that I've been working on to help with that problem. So we're gonna do. So I'm watching OBS actually over here to watch it's like a mirror. There are two different bowings. So, and I'm using too much bow. I'm still using too much bow. Should be mostly using my hand. What's up, Jove? Okay, so that's the one bowing. Here's the other bowing. Okay, so that's the bowing part of things. So we'll take a break from that and we'll do the finger part of things. Oh, and I didn't start my clock, but that's fine. So the fingering part of this is about preparing for the next note. Put that together. Whoops. We gotta switch. I did not switch my chord. Pretty good, I think. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD to see my hand. I can't watch myself. I do have to watch the music, because otherwise, if I don't, like, even though I know the chord changes, if I don't watch the music, I'll screw up something. I'll screw up either the bow style change, the bowing change, or I'll screw up the chord change or whatever. So, working on that. See, I was watching over there. I could do it, maybe, but not, no. Okay, let's do it one more time. It's getting better. It feels better. Like, I know I'm making progress. I still feel very awkward, but I feel less awkward than I did when I started working on this. When I started working on this, I was like, do I even know how to play cello anymore? All right, we'll see what that looks like on the tape. Okay. So this other etude that I've been working on is number 19. That was 18. This is number 19 in the collection that I just posted in chat. So this one, we're going to work on this last 2 lines, actually, first. It's really the 3rd line. It's only 4 lines. It's a really short etude, just like the other one. But this is about barring. This is about getting your finger down on more than one note at a time. See, this is what's causing me trouble right here as we go. I have to put my finger down, my 3rd finger down on the C string and the G string, but the note is on the G string, so it's confusing me. Like, I want to play the note on the C string, but no, it's on the G string, and I just have my finger across both strings. Wait a minute. Wrong string. Wrong notes. Jove, 3-stream Watt streak. Fancy. I was playing half of that in tenor clef and half of that in bass clef, and the whole thing's in bass clef. So the problem there was I put my finger on the G string, not also the C string. Okay, so let's do this. Go back one measure. Okay, let's play the whole thing. Ah, that was right. Let's do that for beginning again. It's a little tricky fingering in there. Oops. Did not get my finger down. So the first two lines, well, it starts out piano and then there's like a crescendo here. There's one of these guys in that measure. But and then this is marked forte. So I want to play that louder. Let's just put on a little rosin, which again, probably not the problem, but I did not use any rosin today. So let's just rule out that variable, shall we? Glad I'm not the only one that practices like this. Oh, thank you, Joe. This is true practice. That's what hopefully my teacher would say the same thing. A little bit messy there, but that's enough on this one. That is enough. I don't stop until I like how it sounds. Yeah. I don't want to overdo it. I overdid, was it last week? Oh, I didn't even start my timer. We'll call that, I don't know. We'll call that a couple minutes. We'll call that 5 minutes. Close enough for rock and roll, as my guitar teacher would say. Okay, let's put this down. All right, so now, what did I say we were going to do next? Oh, we're going to do some vibrato. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to, as I mentioned earlier, my next recital isn't until the spring semester. So what we did was I've been working on Faure's Elegy for I started working on it probably like a year ago, and it's been really good to work on it. It's a hard piece, and I was going to perform it at my previous recital in the spring semester, and I just couldn't quite. I needed a little bit more time than what I had left. So we switched a couple months before the recital. We switched pieces to, I switched to Nina, which I was using just mostly as a vibrato exercise. So then I took a little break. So I kind of took a little break, focused on Nina to get that performance ready, performed that, and then I went back to the Elegy. And I've been working on it pretty hard since I moved. So my practice took a hit when I moved. But as I was getting back into practicing pretty regularly, I was hitting this piece pretty hard. And so we're going to put it on the back burner again, because if I'm focused on getting this piece performance ready for another 6 months from now, basically, I'm going to burn out. So we're going to put it aside. But what I want to do is I'm still going to use it for vibrato exercise as the form. So we're going to work on the Elegy a little bit. And then to work on vibrato stuff. So I'm not going to work on the scale passages or anything like that. But we'll work on my vibrato with this piece, and then what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the pieces that I am considering for to work on for my next recital, and they're all pretty new to me, so don't expect anything to sound good. I'm going to be sight reading basically. So that's what's on the program for the rest of tonight's stream. So let's do this. All right, so what I've been doing is for this vibrato exercise has been really helpful. And what I'm doing is I've got my pointer finger here, and I'm using that as resistance. And I'm pushing against, so this is I've got my pointer finger right up where my finger is touching the string. And I'm pushing against it for resistance, and then relax. So push, relax, vibrate. And I'm going to do this with each knuckle. So I'm resisting, relaxing. You can hear the difference. I can hear the difference. I can feel the difference. I'm assuming you can hear the difference. Let's do the middle knuckle. Pop-Tart Lizard says, my teacher always told me if I can sight read, I can do anything. I mean, I think that's true. I agree. Ugh. I'm not good at reading off of sheet music, just like in general. Even though I've been doing it for like well over 30 years. So sight reading, so I think some people, so for people who maybe don't know the lingo, sight reading strictly, if you're going to be strict on the definition, sight reading doesn't just mean reading off of a sheet of music. Sight reading means going in cold and not knowing anything about the piece and playing off of off of sheets. It's just regular reading if it's a piece you've practiced and you happen to have sheet music in front of you or whatever. But the true sort of musical definition of sight reading is just kind of going in cold with a piece you may not have seen before, may not have heard before, and playing it that way. Pop-Tart Lizard says, if I know what's supposed to sound like, I do a lot better. That does help a lot. All right, so now let's do the wrist. Okay, so I'm not going to do that with all my fingers. I'm really like, the pinky is like a whole thing. Because like, watch this. So this next exercise, and I'm doing this on an E flat because that's the first note of this piece. That's the first phrase of the piece. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to just shift. I'm going to stay on an E flat, but I'm going to use different fingers to play that note. And my pinky should sound like the other fingers, but it does not. Okay, so let's go. We're just going to play some of these notes on the piece. Let's do more of this. I really want to work on my pinky here. You can probably tell, like, that my pinky is not with the program. Oh, that was nice right there. That's getting better. One thing that my teacher tells me to is to not spend too much time on one finger. So we'll go through all the knuckles here, and then we'll move on to the other fingers. For about 10 minutes. That's probably good. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do. I lied. Let's do a little bit more. I want to jump down. There's a section that's lower on the neck. Let's work on that. There's a shift there. That shift. I'm having trouble. When I go back to my first finger, that's difficult. that's enough vibrato practice here. I do really want to perform this piece, and it's just a matter of like, when will it make sense to do? That is the thing. Maybe it'll be next winter, next fall. Okay. So, why do I have that? All right. Oh, wait, did I say we were going to do Flowstone? I think I did. All right, so we're going to go back to working on bowing. Where's my Flowstone? Okay, we got to tune down. I need 3 G strings for this piece. We're getting there. We have the appropriate number of G strings. So this piece, this is probably, I don't know, maybe I should perform this one. But so this is, let me do this. Let's do this. Where's my cursor? So this composer, Helen Mountfort, she's, I think, from New Zealand. I think Australia or New Zealand. So out by Argyle, and so she's a modern composer, and I think, actually Melbourne. I think she's in Melbourne, but she might be originally from New Zealand. Anyway, so there's 3 pieces in this. So that in that album that I just posted in chat, it's super cool. But the version that I posted in chat has the sheet music. So cellists in the house, if you would like to play this, the sheet music is available for purchase on Bandcamp. How cool is that? As a Bandcamp fangirl, I was ecstatic to be able to buy my cello sheet music on Bandcamp. So you get the album, and then you get the sheet music, and then there's a version if you don't play cello, and you just want the music, you can just get the music. And that's cheaper because you're not buying extra things. So anyway, there's like maybe like 12 or 14. Let me see how many there are. Let me see. There are 14 songs. I don't know. It's like when it's an album like this, I'm like, are they pieces? Oh, it says 14 pieces for solo cello. So there are 14 pieces, one of which has 4 movements. So there's 3 on the album that are in an alternate tuning. with this G, D, G tuning. And Flowstone is one of them. It's Flowstone, Salmagundi, and Bedrock. And I was working on all three of them. And then my teacher suggested, but I was having a problem where it was like, it was a little bit of a mental hurdle to practice those three pieces because I have to retune my cello. But I do have geared pegs, and like it's this cello out of any cello is like way easy to retune, but it's still, you still have to do it, and it's a pain in the butt. So it was a little bit of a mental barrier for me to practice. So I told my teacher that, and he was like, okay, well, maybe we can look at a rise, a light, and the Wosi, collection. But anyway, I've been going back to Flowstone because it's ties into the bowing technique that I've been trying, that I was working on with the first etude that I played earlier. Well, let's start this here. I'm losing the D string. Let's work on that here. So let's do this. So practicing the double stops there is to practice intonation. So now bowing is really what I want to work on here, but it's good to work on intonation too. And I'm kind of stalling, honestly, for the new pieces. Pencils! Say Merry Christmas and enjoy your fart candle. There is no Christmas in this stream. Ban, Cathedora, can you ban pencils, please? Are you still here? Here, let's do this. Let's hear. No. No. Xmas. Hi, pencils. Pencil says, I'm going to report your warning as an attack on the pagan holiday of Christmas. It is a pagan holiday, actually. I was a classics major. We learned all about this. The Romans celebrated Saturnalia around the solstice, and that was when everybody was partying. And so the Christians were like, well, if everybody else is partying, let's do our thing, because Christians were persecuted. Let's do our thing the same time everybody else is doing their thing, so that they'll be distracted and we can just do our thing. We don't party hard enough. Let's see. So pencils also, Joe, if you sent pencils my address, you're in big trouble. Big, big trouble. Big trouble. See ya, pencils. Thanks for stopping in. does that change? Bah! There it is. So here we got an F sharp. I think that's right. Yep. I think that's right. We got, that's the right. There's two G's. Wait. so there's some notes here. What's up, Tesno? There's some notes on this thing that I am looking at. So we've got, so it's a little bit tricky because I'm tuned down. So the notes are written as if you're not tuned down, but you're actually, it's very confusing. So let's put the bow down for a second. And so we've got here, so we've got an F sharp. So we're playing that here though. So this is the first chord. And then we've got a G sharp. Wait, I think that's an, yeah. Then we've got a G sharp. So we're going up. Andreas, welcome in. Welcome, Raiders. Just doing a little cello practice on this modern piece, and I am tuned down. I have 3 G strings right now. Usually I only have 1. What were you up to? So this is the lower note played in a spot where it's not played. Hang on. Why is this? And it's confusing me because the tuning is different. Played your organ. Awesome. Organ is crazy. You have so, like, you know how, like, people say drummers have a lot going on because each of their limbs is working independently? Organ players are the same thing because you got your feet going, you got your hands going, and then you got all those keyboards. Like, that's intense. That's awesome. Well, thank you for the raid. You're playing and practicing movie soundtracks. Very cool. Very cool. I used to mess around. My great aunt had one of those. It had an organ, but like not like a big one, obviously. Just like one of those ones from the 70s or whatever, where that like normal people had in their normal living rooms. And I found it a good time to play with, but I'm sure other people didn't enjoy it as much as my cousin and I did. Greets from Germany. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Practicing, so this piece here, let me drop this in the chat for you. Oh wait, I don't have a button for it. We're gonna do this. I'm working on some bowing stuff actually, but I'm using this piece by Helen Mountfort, who is a modern Australian composer, as just like to help work on my bowing. But it's a super cool piece. Or there's 14 pieces in the album or whatever. But the difficulty is things are tuned down, and I'm trying to figure out what some notes are, and the notes are written like I'm not tuned down, but I am tuned down. So I'm like trying to figure out these chords, and it's kind of messing with my brain. So we've got. So those are the notes, but not in the right octave or whatever. So I don't think that's an F natural. So, and the other thing that makes things difficult is I'm looking at a cheat sheet that my teacher wrote out by hand. Let's pull up the real music. Maybe that'll be more helpful if I can find this section. Oh, it hurts my eyes. It hurts my eyes. Anyway, let me play you this thing from the beginning. It's kind of like a it's a piece that my teacher suggests could be played kind of like the sheet music, even though there is sheet music, it's really just like kind of a suggestion. So anyway, see, Andreas says my electronic organ has maybe 1,000 different sounds, some cellos too, but my cellos are smaller. Cool. That's very cool. All right, let's do this. Oh, it's the same as the other one. So I think, so here. I think that's it. So, okay, so we got to figure this out here. So this is, so I think actually, it's the other thing that's confusing is that because I'm up so high on the actual the regular G string, the third string, that that the way that the cheat sheet is written out, the bottom note is not the bottom string. So this note, I think it is actually the low note, but then the high, because this one is open, it is not the middle. The position of the notes that I'm playing and the position on the staff are flipped for the higher two notes. So that is also confusing. Oh, and that's a G now, not a C. So let's get a C. Let's get a C going. That's not a C. And then we have a D. Okay. That's what it is. So that part's the easier one. Okay, so there, that should be a G. That's, I think, let me just go back to the original sheet music. Okay. So there, it's, looks like it's in C, but there are, that F sharp, it's not actually in C, it's got to be in a mode, because there's an F sharp. The F sharp is prominent in this piece. So is it in, I think it's in C Lydian. Is that right then? I think with an F sharp in there. So I can't make sense of the sheet music actually. After having been staring at the cheat sheet that my teacher wrote, I'm not entirely sure what to do here. Okay, so that wasn't helpful. So let's go back to the cheat sheet. Night, Cathedora. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the help. And everybody, make sure you're following Cathedora. Are you streaming tomorrow? Maybe, maybe not. You don't have to say if you don't want to commit. But Cathedora often streams Minecraft, but not always. But it's always a nice relaxed time. So yeah, if you're up in the morning, U.S. time, you should hang out at Cathedora's stream. Argyle says, so many of your friends seem to suffer from burnout. I mean, like, that's common. The world demands a lot of us, so that is a problem. I mean, like, there's only yeah, you need to prioritize your mental health, but like, the world demands a lot of us, and sometimes there's only so much we can give. And like, that's just, you know, it sucks. But that, you know, it's like not a failing, like it's not a personal failing. If you burn out, like, that's not like, the world demands a lot of us as individual people. And so, you know, there are things that you can do and that are within your power, but also at the same time, you know, there are definitely factors and context. Like, you don't live in a vacuum. Let's see here. And I think, like, for Kath, I'm not sure where that comment's coming from, Argyle, within context, but it's right now, it's like 10:30 p.m. in Cathadora's time zone. So it is bedtime. Let's see here. Art, welcome in. This is a carbon fiber cello. So there's the only wood on this cello is the bridge, and then I think the sound post. So yeah. DCS Deep says, because the world demands a lot of us, is that why we need us time? I mean, I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. Okay, so we were figuring out. So that isn't. Is that supposed to be an F natural? That is definitely right. Yeah, I'm going to look at this offline a little bit more. I do really like this piece. Let me tune my cello back up. Art, awesome. So, are you a cellist then, or are you a different bowed string player? I imagine you're probably a cellist. Yeah. So I started playing in 2020. So I have through book 6, but I went through book 4, and then we've been meandering. So here, let me put this in the chat for you. Oh, I don't have a button for this. I keep forgetting I don't have a button. So that was what I was just working on. Let me tune back up. Back to standard tuning. So I'm tuned G, D, G, G right now. What's up, Alpha? Alpha says, I scrubbed through that album and I like the water dripping song. Yeah, I really like Monumental too, which is like the droney one. DGGG? No. That's different. That's different, DCS Deep. Hope you're having a good Saturday, Alpha. I always get nervous that I'm going to snap my C string. Kyle says, one of my friends works a lot on his film projects and complains at times of almost suffering burnout. Yeah. Also jam musically with him too. Cool. What does your friend play? Burnout is a thing. It's an unfortunate reality of the times that we live in. Let's do this. Okay, so here's the deal. The deal is, I talked about this earlier, so I'll sum it up if you've for the folks that just got here and haven't heard me talk about this. I'm looking for. Usually I do a recital like every semester for the school that I take lessons at. And we're not going to have a recital this fall semester. My next recital won't be until the spring semester. So I need to figure out a different, a piece to work on for the spring semester. And the one that I was working on that I was hoping to play at a fall recital, if I keep working on it, I'll burn out. So I'll burn out on that piece. Like it'll just be not good. So we're going to put it aside. We're going to come back to it in the future because I do really want to perform that piece. It's the Faure's Elegy. And I really, really do want to perform that piece, but the timing is just not working out. So, well, actually here, let's go back to Mountfort. So my teacher gave me some suggestions. So in the Helen Mountfort album, he suggested Arise, Alight, and Wosi songs from the Trobriand Islands because they're in standard tuning. Flowstone, Bedrock, and Salmagundi. I have been working on. I just played Flowstone, and I had been working on Bedrock and Salmagundi a little bit, but I was finding that it was a bit of a barrier to have to retune my cello all the time. It was getting really annoying, and then it made me not want to practice. So my teacher's like, well, let's maybe play a different one. So let's look at those. And then he also suggested some English folk songs is one of the, like some Ralph Vaughan Williams, English folk songs. And then he gave me Kol Nadiri, which is more similar to the Elegy, like very similar to the Elegy, actually. But it is... it's a difficult piece. It's kind of a longer, well, it's not super long, but it's beautiful. So I'm kind of like not sure if I want to do that one or if I'm just not sure what I want to do. So this Alight, and then Alight is in, I started looking at this the other day, and it's in treble clef. The whole first page, it's only 2 pages. The whole first page plus a line on the second page is in treble clef, and I am a violinist. So I grew, like, treble clef is like my first staff, my first language when it comes to reading sheet music. But Schroeder, what's up? Everybody, go give Guitar Schroeder a follow. Guitar Schroeder plays classical guitar. We've had the classical guitar friends up in the house tonight. And he's very good at practicing. He calls himself a professional practicer. So if you are interested in the nerdy stuff like we're doing here, Guitar Schroeder does the nerdy stuff, except he's actually like a legit pro and a student of pedagogy and things like that. So like professional, yes. So He knows what he's talking about. And he counts a lot. He counts a lot. I'm so bad at counting. Art, you said you're still an amateur practicer here. Well, you go hang out with Guitar Schroeder, and you will progress as a practicer. I act like I know what I'm talking about. Yes, it's a nice place to hang out, and there are also cats. If you like cats, if you like guitar, if you like hardcore nerdy practice, Guitar Schroeder has got you. Lots of cats. There's lots of cat good times. Anyway, so here let's put the link in the thing here again. So I'm trying to figure out a new piece to actually start working on, and this is one of my options. This one is called A Light from the album from Helen Mountfort's The Naked Cello album that I just posted in chat. You can buy your sheet music on Bandcamp. I bought my sheet music on Bandcamp, and as someone with like 1,000 items in my Bandcamp collection, this like was mind blowing and super awesome. But it's a really nice work, honestly. So it's in treble clef. So I have to shift my brain from tenor clef and bass clef, which I normally am playing, into treble clef now. So have a good lurk, Schroeder. Go grab food, grab the Advil. Head hurts from all the counting I did today. Yeah, that'll do it. Thank you for bringing your people, and I hope your head feels better from all the counting. Okay, so this one, A Light, we're just like, I'm sight reading here basically. So and I figured this out the other day. So it starts out way up here on a B. But I think, because if it's in treble clef, it's up here. And there's a harmonic. See, that's a C. So it's a half step. C, and then I would probably want to shift there. Oh my goodness, there's a C flat. Whoa. Okay, we got a B flat, so that's why we have a C flat. Art says, I'm trying to do the press the follow button, but Twitch is being weird and undoing the follow. Oh no! Maybe try refreshing? I see, wait. Let me see if I can tell you. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's sticking. That's a bummer. Bad Twitch. So I might need to get my violin out, actually. Do they have a bad pill? Do they have a pill for bad twitch? I don't know. Refresh and it's not working. Happened with another stream on the same day. Yeah, that's a bummer. But maybe, yeah, maybe try again tomorrow. That is weird. Here, I think I am gonna get my violin. Hold, please. Let's play drop. All right, my violin is way out of tune. Check this out. Isn't it beautiful? Let me just get my tuner up real quick. I thought it might be easier to play the notes on a violin so I can hear them. So violin is my first instrument, but I don't play it very much anymore because I'm playing cello. You tuned for dance macabre, yeah. Welcome back, Uber Cruiser. Alright, let's use the fine tuners for this. I thought it was tuned higher than I thought. You got a bimbap bowl. That sounds delicious. All right. I'm not gonna stress too much about the tuning. I'm just gonna get it good enough. Good enough. Let's see. that's a D. That was not where I put you. There we go. You gonna stay? Okay. Oh my gosh! There's a double flat. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, so we have an E flat. We got Wait a minute. Yes, we have an E flat. Then we have a G flat. And then we have an A flat. So it goes. I think once I figure out the notes, like, and how it's supposed to sound, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this. But it's not like, it seems like one thing that I've noticed with the Mountfort pieces is that even like it might look, I don't know, scary, I guess is how I'll put it. But then when you actually play it, it's like, oh no, this makes sense on the fingerboard. So let me put this down. We'll get this thing. I see what she was doing. 'Cause like here, this is fine. This is easy. This is nice. And then, wait a minute, that's not... That is a D. That's what that is. That's not a B. So it goes... I could just transpose it. Okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. That's right. So let me go down into an octave that I know with the fingerboard. So we have D. Wait, that's a B. Now treble clef and bass clef are oscillating in my brain. It's a very, very combobulating experience. So we've got, I might have to say the note names out loud. We got B, C, D, E flats. So here we've got F, G flat, F, G flat, and then A flat. So F is here. F and G flat's a half step. And A flat should be a whole step. Now we're back to the harmonic, the D harmonic. And then we've got D and an F. So an F is here. Where's my D? I don't know that that's... Those are the tones. Okay, so because this B, this is correct here. So yeah, it would be way up. It would be way up there, way up there. There's an F way up there somewhere. All right, and then now we go lower, but we're still in treble clef. So we've got, okay, got an F sharp. And there's no harmonic here, and an A. Wait a minute. That's right. Anyway, this one, like, I think this is cool, and it's a good, this one would be a good one to really learn. Like, I don't think it's, I think the hard part is going to be, well, phrasing is going to be hard, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what piece it is. Like, the phrasing is going to be a thing for me. But I think once I get a sense for how it's actually laid out on the fingerboard, I think then this won't be too bad. Let's just go and look at the bass clef part, because that's easier to read. So now I need to shift my brain back to bass clef. There it is. it's a similar thing. It's just in a different octave. We go down to a lower octave there. So I think this one has potential. I think so. Like, we were talking in Discord. I was talking with Uber Cruiser and then also Lau, who's not in chat right now, but about like, well, what piece should I do next? And Uber Cruiser had a really good point as like, if you're not really familiar with, you know, if you go like just thinking about like your progression as a learner, and if you kind of go into a more modern piece where you're not necessarily familiar with the conventions or whatever, it's going to be a little bit trickier, and it may make more sense to go like into a more like to not like veer quite so far from where I've been playing and practicing. But at the same time, this is very interesting to me. And I think the skills that I would definitely pick up on this one were like, number one would be reading treble clef for cello and like understanding how treble clef maps to the cello fingerboard. And I think the phrasing in this one in particular will have to be really intentional. So I think there's probably some good bowing work that could be done here. Like, with one thing that's challenging for me is just like varying the bow and shaping notes and things. So like varying the bow speed on a particular note, for example, rather than just like kind of like playing everything the same. So I think this would probably cover that, but really most things that I would pick would kind of cover that. But this is only 2 pages, so I'd probably would have to play more than just this. But let's take a look at Arise. Oh, just kidding. We're not gonna look at. This was the one that's kind of notated weird. So this one, it actually has 2 staffs. So it's got like, it looks like it's a duet part, but it's not. It's just there's, for whatever. I'm sure it will make sense. It doesn't make sense to me right now, but I'm sure it will make sense to me later why she wrote it like this. It's an interesting, so that's a whole interesting thing, an interesting convention. And then let's look at the WOSI. That is, so this one, there's 4 movements. Yeah, this one she does that too, but not as much. There's 2 staffs in some of it. So I think it because some of it is in tenor clef and some of it is in bass clef. There's some like runs that are, they're descending runs. And I think that's why she did it like this. It made sense to me more so in this one than it did on the other one. Did she do it in the whole? I think it's just this first movement. Yeah, so here, this is in tenor clef. There's some interesting things in this too, because like there's one section, or there's like it's repeated, but there's like, oh, I guess this one's only 1 page. This movement is only 1 page. There's 3 spots, 4, where she's got you doing arco with the bow, while also doing left hand pizzicato. So it's like, oh. So where you're which is kind of interesting, and maybe kind of fun. So that's gonna take some practice. But I mean, just even like, I haven't been like practicing that too much, and that I think is not going to be the hardest part about this thing. But it goes. G. Oh, and now we're in tenor clef now. So my brain is now completely scrambled because we've been in bass clef and then tenor clef and then treble clef and now we're back to tenor clef. But I encourage you to go like listen to this album, and maybe go pick it up on the Bandcamps. You can buy it if you don't need the sheet music. You can buy an edition that doesn't have the sheet music. Yeah. So anyway, that's the Mountfort stuff. I really like. Which one was it? Arise or was it A Light? A Light. That one I really like. Then we had this 6 Studies in English Folk Song, which I really liked. I posted in Discord. We've been talking about these different options for pieces, and I'm kind of gravitating towards this actually as what to pick. How long is this? It's like 4 pages total. There's 6 movements. Ralph Vaughan Williams is the composer. See, this tells me 1872 to 1958, so not super old, but like not as recent. Obviously, I think the Mountfort work came out in 2018. But I found a really nice recording of this. I didn't look; it was like the first one that I played, and I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. I like this. So that's in Discord. But I'm kind of, if I'm just looking at the sheet music, I think, again, phrasing is going to be a thing. These aren't, my teacher said it's not that hard. But like this first movement, there's some long notes. So that'll require like good vibrato and also shaping of the notes. So again, using my bow to sort of, to make the note not just sound boring, and all the same to really like make the note tell a story on its own. The second movement there's a bunch of triplets in it. I'm just looking to see like what might be, it's in tenor clef. So it's higher. How high do you get? The highest note is a B, I think. It's not too high, even though it's in tenor clef. The third movement is a larghetto, so it's a slower piece. That's got some scale. Well, the very beginning, it's got a scale that goes up to it just goes up to A. It goes up to this harmonic. See, and it's in F major, 1 flat. So what's that minor? I don't know, off the top of my head. I'm going to do this without the slurs. would not play those open strings. I'm just trying to hear what the tones are. Yeah, it's kind of a nice. I think I'm kind of leaning towards this. I just like I'm a little hesitant to take on a really, really like another like the Elegy that I've been playing is like a really, really challenging piece, and it's really famous, and you have to have a really good vibrato, and it's been very good for me to work on it, and I feel like I've gotten it pretty good. Like obviously not like professional level, but I feel like I got it pretty good. Considering like my level of playing and all that stuff, but it is kind of appealing to play something that's not quite such a reach, you know, where I can have fun with it and really focus on things like phrasing, like keep really hammering my vibrato, and that kind of thing. So it looks like the fifth movement, Andante Tranquillo. So a little bit faster, but not still kind of leisurely. It sounds like. And then it's got switches back and forth between bass clef and tenor clef. That's just a thing, by the way, that cellists have to do all the time. Like stuff switches clef all the time. Which I didn't really know that I was in for when I started, but here we are. Oh, this is bass clef. How would I do that? Oh, F sharp. Ah. Yeah, so these are there's a lot of eighth notes in here, and this section is mostly all eighth notes with some triplets. So it's not that hard. I mean, obviously I was playing a lot of it. Like literally this is the first time I've tried to play this. Like I didn't even look at it closely. Oh wait, that's in tenor clef. That's in tenor clef, so it's here. Wait a minute. Anyway. And then the last movement, Allegro vivace. So the last movement's the faster one. It's got some chords in it. It's got some passages, but it doesn't look bad. So I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of leaning towards this. And then the other one, Nidiri is the other one. Let me pull that one up. I'm not sure. I have two versions of this. Mandozzi is the name of the arranger, and they did two different arrangements. I did a Mandozzi arrangement of, I think it was the Satie's No Cien one. I think that was Mandozzi. I did one of, I worked on another one of Mandozzi's arrangements. But the original composer is Max Bruch, 1838 to 1920. So this is a little bit older piece. And it's very beautiful, but I guess it's not that long. It's 2 pages. And it's very similar to the Elegy that I've been working on. So like this, but I'm just like, I don't know. So anyway, it'll probably, I think what I'll end up doing is probably the English folk songs or some of the Mountfort pieces. And like maybe I can do Flowstone actually. And then, what's up, Daniel? It's been forever. I moved. That's the problem. I moved. So that was a whole thing. Everybody go follow Daniel. He's an amazing guitarist. And he plays the bass pretty well, too. He plays like 17 instruments or something. I don't know. We got some guitar friends. Guitar friends came in. If any of our guitar friends are still here, go follow Daniel. He knows his way around a guitar, an electric guitar, mostly. Well, that would answer the next question is, why does everything look different? Yeah, because I moved, so it is different. It's a completely different physical location. It is. I just moved across town. I didn't move. I didn't even hire movers. I just moved everything in my car. After work every night, I would take a load of stuff from the old place to the new place in my car. I don't recommend that, by the way, but that was what I did. But yeah, so I don't have to worry so much about noise anymore. I do share walls with neighbors, but I have fewer walls to share with neighbors, and I have the whole stack. So I don't have anybody below me. This is the basement, and I don't have anybody below me, and I don't have anybody above me. And then the walls that I do share with neighbors are a lot more soundproof because there's more stuff in between, and the walls are thicker and all that stuff. So I don't have to stop practicing at 10 o'clock during the weeknights, which has been good. So anyway, now that you're here, Daniel, I think we're going to wrap up stream. I'm very tired, and I'm trying to sight read stuff, and I think my brain just doesn't have it in me anymore. I think I've exhausted my brain cells for the night. So anyway, but it's good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Here, let me see if I can do this thing. Does that work? Do I have to turn that on? Maybe I have to turn that on. But yeah, we got... Is this a Julia stream now? No. No, I wish. I wish I could play as well as she does. I did have my violin out. I was trying to work through something in a cello piece in treble clef, and I was like, well, let me just get I know where the notes are on the violin, so let's just try it on there so we can hear it. 5 of the last 6 times Julia has streamed, the second I come in, she raids out. Well, I mean, every time you went to the bathroom, I raided out for a while too. So, yeah. Anyway, let's do the thing. Let me push the button. Make sure you're following Guitar Schroeder. Thank you for the raid, Schroeder, if you're still here lurking. We had a raid from our new friend, Andreas 2CV, who plays the organ. How cool is that? So let me follow. Actually, Andreas, let me follow you. So I can check out your organ playing. And let's see who's on. I think I know where I want to go, but let me just check. Let me just check. Make sure they're still streaming. Where is the thing? Oh, there it is. Let's see. We got... Oh, you know what? Actually, let's go raid somebody that I never get to raid because she doesn't stream as much anymore. Let's go raid Patricia. She's a DJ. Patricia's a DJ out of Chicago, and she's awesome. And she plays, she spins in Final Fantasy sometimes. So I think that might be what she's doing tonight. So let's go say hi to Patricia, copy the raid call, and let's send Patricia some love. She's a DJ based out of Chicago, and she's awesome. I got to hang out with her a little bit when she was up in Minneapolis playing a show. So, yeah, let's go. There we go. Thanks, YouTube, for hanging out. Make sure you're following JC Practices over on YouTube. And yeah, everybody have a great rest of your weekend. And I plan to be streaming again next week. I plan to try and be streaming Saturdays around 7 p.m. Central. Has kind of been my usual time. So sometimes give or take a few minutes. But that's the plan. That's the plan. So thanks everybody for being here. And we'll go send Patricia lots of love. Can I hit the raid now button? I can't hit the raid now button. We're just gonna have to wait. Oh, she's got follower only on, but like you should follow her because she's awesome. Like she does that because spam and trolls and stuff like that. But it's a good place to hang out. Trust me.